Coming up, a Marine from DuBois County is killed by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan. Local race officials say the inaugural Heartland Mini Marathon and 5K was a huge success. And, believe it or not, the weather cooperated. These stories and more next on 18 News. Hello, I'm Mick Burge. A DuBois County mother was told the unimaginable news yesterday that her youngest son, a United States Marine, was killed by an enemy roadside bomb. Lance Corporal Alec Trubisky of DuBois was killed yesterday morning as part of a mine-sweeping operation in Afghanistan. The 21-year-old Trubisky joined the Marines after graduating from Northeast DuBois High School back in 2010. He just left for his first overseas deployment this past April. He is the son of Sandy Eckert Trubisky and Alan Trubisky of DuBois. They were told of Alec's death yesterday afternoon. Overnight, members of the Southern Indiana Leatherneck Detachment of the local Marine Corps League placed United States flags all along Main Street in DuBois leading up to Trubisky home. Trubisky was in the gunner's chair of the mine-sweeping vehicle when it struck a roadside bomb, reportedly in the Helmand province in southern Afghanistan. The explosion caused the vehicle to overturn on top of Trubisky. He was pronounced dead later at a U.S. military medical facility. Trubisky had volunteered to be the gunner on the mine-sweeping operation. The gunner is seated on the outside of the vehicle. Trubisky told his mother just last week he had his duty switched from working with the improvised explosive devices to being a gunner. Lance Corporal Alec Trubisky is the first DuBois County Marine or U.S. soldier killed in military operations overseas since 2006. 23-year-old Corporal Eric Leakin was killed April 22, 2006, while conducting combat operations against enemy forces in the Anbar province in Iraq. Leakin was also from DuBois and was a 2001 graduate of Northeast DuBois High School. Also, a second Marine was killed in that roadside bomb explosion. Now, this morning, the DuBois County Commissioners confirmed that flags at county buildings facilities will be lowered to half-mast after Lance Corporal Alec Trubisky's body is returned to his family. The U.S. Department of Defense anticipates the body will arrive at Dover Air Force Base in Delaware sometime tomorrow. There it will be autopsied and the incident reviewed by military officials. Alec's mother, Sandy, and two family members will go to Delaware. Now, on a personal note, I do want to pass along my sincere condolences to the entire Eckert Trubisky family. Alec's mother, Sandy, is a dear friend of mine who I've known for many years. In fact, I've known her since our high school days. His mother says Alec loved being a Marine, and when she took him to Fort Knox, Kentucky back in April for his deployment to Afghanistan, she says Alec told her that God only borrowed me to you. I really belong to him. My and my family's thoughts and prayers are with the Eckert Trubisky family this evening and in the days to come. Well, Tropical Storm Isaac was not near the nuisance this past weekend some had predicted. In fact, conditions were actually ideal for Sunday's inaugural Heartland Half Marathon and 5K through the streets of Jasper. More than 750 runners took part in the event, nearly 600 alone in the marathon, which got underway under a light drizzle from Isaac at 7 o'clock Sunday morning from the 3rd Avenue Bridge. About an hour and 10 minutes later, Anthony Witt of Jasonville crossed the finish line as the event's overall winner. Kevin Manley, who heads the DuBois County Tourism Office and one of the race organizers, says they couldn't be more pleased with the inaugural event and how the weather actually cooperated.
No, we had a little window at the beginning of the race. It just worked perfectly, and we got a lot of feedback from the runners that said that they'd rather run in the rain than they would the heat.
So it worked out well.
Worked out very well.
Official race results can now be found on the event's website, which is heartlandhalfmarathon.com. The organizers hope to make the half marathon and 5K an annual event. And speaking of ideal weather conditions, after a brief but heavy rain shower Saturday afternoon, the clouds actually cleared, making for a perfect evening Saturday night for the Jasper Strassenfest Committee Fireworks Show from the Schrader Sports Complex. Of course, that show twice postponed because of the drought. All right, for the first time in 6 months, the Huntingburg Police Department's now fully staffed. This past February, the former police chief and detective sergeant both retired, and a third officer resigned. The city hired Andrew Hammock back in March, followed by Brad Kramer in April. The most recent officer to join the department, Tim Rose, was hired in May. All three now part of the department. Mayor Danny Spinner said there was no noticeable drop-off in police protection for the city. The city has paid a little more than $9,000 in overtime for the police department so far this year, which is about 63% of the more than $14,300 paid in 2011. All right, coming up, a visit from our friends at the Du Bois County Humane Society Shelter, and later in sports, the latest high school football rankings are out. Where's Jasper? Well, Kurt will have that and more.